Muscle testing, if you haven't heard of it yet, is becoming much more common. You might see it referenced in different Facebook groups or other groups if you are looking for alternative healths or are a seeker of natural health. You're wanting to get out of the pharmaceutical paradigm. Muscle testing, as you become further and further outside of the medical paradigm, you are more likely to hear about muscle testing. Question people have is it a pseudoscientific myth? Is it a reliable tool for health assessment? Which is essentially saying, is it dangerous or is it safe? And that is a question that I can answer today. So muscle testing, when it's used to evaluate your nervous system, it is called muscle response testing. Now, your nervous system is the communication system in your body. It starts in your brain and goes throughout all your nerves in your body. When it is used with physical therapists or in medicine, you will frequently hear it called applied kinesiology. And they might call that muscle testing as well. And they're looking to analyze the musculoskeletal system. Now, when we're talking about muscle response testing specifically, we are looking at your overall health, not just with your musculoskeletal system. So I'll explain a little bit about that right now if you're not familiar with it. If you are familiar with it, you can skip this part and go forward a couple minutes. Your body is full of energy. Your body has energy that is keeping your body working. And how that body stays strong is nutrients that are delivered to the different organs in your body, the different arms, your legs, all your organs, to your brain through your blood. That is the delivery system in your body. And if you don't have enough nutrients in your body, we can do a check with muscle response testing to find out, do you have enough nutrients getting to that organ? And then we start looking at, well, if you don't, how do we get those nutrients? And the cool thing is we can check that in real time. So for blood tests or any other kind of test, there is a lag time between when you get your result, when you do the test and when you get the results. There could be changes there. When you get your doctor's appointment, it could be weeks before you get to see them and get a change in medication, or if you're going to a functional medicine doctor, before you get a change in supplements. And when we're looking at restoring health, it can take, actually, if you can meet your body where it is, then you can make the changes immediately. So this is me testing Kristen, and that's just what it looks like when you're testing someone. Let's look at the myths about muscle testing. It's scientifically proven. In order for something to be considered scientifically proven, what we expect today is that there is lots and lots of research behind it. Most of that research is done by universities, funded by pharmaceutical companies, or done in the pharmaceutical companies themselves. It depends where the funding is from, and once we have that, we consider it scientifically proven. And as much as we want them to care for us and care about us, they do consider their profit, and they do want their science to prove that their products are needed. And muscle testing does and will help people get off medications. And so there is, frankly, not a lot of money in research for muscle testing. There is one doctor, Dr. Ann Jensen, who about a decade ago did research at a university over in the UK, and her research showed that it would be beneficial to do more research on this. And at this point, nobody else has done research on that. So if you're interested in doing research, let me know. So I would say, is it scientifically proven? No. But at this point, it would be good to do more research on it. Myth number 2 is that it can diagnose a health condition. This is a resounding no. It cannot diagnose. It does not diagnose. What it does is it helps in finding underlying interferences to health. So it's really great for people who have searched and gone to this doctor and that doctor, or you want to avoid doing that, but finding what is underlying your health issue that can't be found in medical tests. So consider when you're drinking water that there are tons and tons of chemicals. There's thousands of chemicals that can get in your food, water, and air. And frankly, there are tests for toxicity in functional medicine. You can do a hair analysis, blood tests, stool tests. There are tests that you can do to find out if you have chemicals. Now, a lot of those tests will test for the main chemicals that people are affected by, but there are thousands of them, thousands upon thousands. You can look in the FDA database and see that there's so many. And they're just, frankly, there's just no way to test all those with functional medicine tests. But with muscle response testing, what we can do is we can ask your body, are you being irritated by chemicals? And your body can say yes. And we don't have to know which one. And knowing which one would be more diagnostic, but we can know, oh, your body's not being able to shunt out these chemicals that are making you sick. The reason that's important is because your body only has so much energy to it, and it's going to focus on helping your organs be strong, or it's going to be fighting off the things that are bothering you. Parasites are something that could be irritating your body. Most of the time, you either think parasites don't exist because it's not something that a lot of, in the regular medicine, they think about a lot, or you've gone to functional medicine, a doctor, they test for certain parasites, not all the parasites out there, but the ones that are most commonly going to affect you. You can test for allergens and the pollutants. Again, food, water, and air pollutants. The allergies that are tested for, those are a certain number. You can count, right? How many there are on the back there on this picture. But those are not all the things that you could be sensitive to. So it can't test everything. However, when you use muscle response testing, you can bring items in and get those tested. Myth number 3, it's dangerous or evil. So I would say it's like any tool, it can be good or bad. In the hands of a surgeon, a knife can create miracles, right? It can heal. It can create solutions for things that 100, 200 years ago, we did not have solutions for. So a knife can absolutely do good. And a knife in the hands of the wrong person can do some not so good things. And so when you're working with someone, you want to make sure that they have training, experience, knowledge, they're learning, and they're competent. And that would be something definitely to consider when you are learning how to use muscle testing and when you're going to a muscle testing provider. Got to consider, where's the heart of the person who is helping you? Are they looking out for your best interest or not? And it can be used for making sure that you're healthy, that your kids are healthy, that overall you are moving towards health. Because if you consider, all your choices are going to have you moving either more towards disease or more towards health. And using muscle testing, you can help distinguish that, because some things you think that they're healthy and they're actually not. And frankly, everything's far too complicated in the world to know exactly what the right choice is at all times. This drink, this is a nice little green drink that you would think would be really good for you, but for some people it's not. And you can use muscle testing to figure out what's right specifically for you. And how healthy do you want to be? You want to be in good health, in better health, or do you want to be in the best possible health that you can be, especially as you are getting older? That's something that you can use this for. You can also use it for if you're sick, to find out why you're sick and get over it much more quickly. And if you are into natural solutions, this is a great way to figure out which one is going to be the best for you. And rather than doing all your analysis, looking up information online and spending hours of research, you can take what you've known and learned and use the muscle testing to fine-tune everything that you have found works for you, or find new things. Is it affected by bias? People think it's not affected by bias, but in reality, it is. Consider what you're learning, who you're talking to, and what your belief system is, because that can absolutely affect your experiences. It can predict the future. So I'm just putting this in here because it's just so ridiculous. No, it absolutely cannot predict the future. Don't use it. It is not a divination tool. It is a form of nonverbal communication with your body to make sure that you are getting the best health and options possible. So those are the 5 myths. As time goes by, you want to make sure that you're getting the best choices for yourself so that as you are working your way through life, you know that you are making the best choices for yourself. What we know about muscle response testing is that there is the mind and body connection. When the body is working well, you can definitely feel a difference in your mind and how you feel and how you approach the day. Your emotions and thoughts can affect your physical well-being, and nutrients and supplements can affect your physical well-being. And we can use muscle response testing to figure out what are the best choices for you. Some of them you know already, and some of them you're not sure that you know, and you kind of need confirmation of that. So you can get through all that mental noise and find out what exactly does your beautiful body need in order to be healthy. And if you haven't heard about muscle testing, you're ahead of the curve as far as your knowledge about it. If you're using muscle testing on your own to figure out your own health and what you need, make sure that you are always moving in the direction of health. If you start backtracking and heading towards disease, make sure that you reach out to a professional to get help. I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got a video right up here that talks about quantum response testing, and I'm going to put another video over there that I don't know what it's going to be, so it's going to be a surprise. But meanwhile, there's a book down below. Oh, I know. I'm going to put the video over there about that book that I just am releasing for about quantum response testing. It's called Quantum Health Revolution. I think it's amazing, so it's going to be right over there. I hope you enjoy it.